1, 2, 3, go.
So, hi everyone, welcome to the session again. We are here with a very exciting interview experience planned for you all, which is by Hexaware, which will be shared by Saleena. So, Saleena is also here. And meanwhile, please let us know in the chat if we are audible and visible to you, and we can start the session then. All right, waiting for you guys to write, yes, audible and visible in the chat. Okay, so Jyoti has confirmed that it's all fine. Okay. Okay, so it seems like everything is fine. So, hi, Saleena. Saleena, can you please introduce yourself and let us know a little about Hexaware, which profile have you been placed in, and which batch are you from?
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. My name is Saleena Asif Kuntoji. Basically, I am from Latur, Maharashtra. Currently, I am pursuing my BTech degree in electronics engineering from MSBDW Engineering College, Latur. Currently, I am a 2022 batch student, and I have got an offer by Hexaware for the role of software engineer trainee. That's all.
So, Selena has been recently placed in Hexaware and she's a 2022 batch graduate and her profile is software engineer trainee there. So, it seems like a lot of people have joined in. We can start the session. By the way, if you are also looking for updates about which companies are currently hiring for the 2022 and for the 2023 batch, you can visit us exclusive social media handles. The links are in the description. Especially goes out for the 2023 batch because hirings and internship opportunities for you guys have begun. A lot of companies have come in. So make sure that if you are from the 23 batch or if you know someone who is in the 2023 batch, let them know that a lot of companies are currently hiring. The TCS and QT is going to conduct their examinations very, very soon. The exams are scheduled from 15th August onwards, and there is a lot of information out there that you guys need to catch up on. So make sure that you're following us on our social media handles, especially on our Instagram, where we are constantly sharing very important updates, which includes hiring updates along with a lot of informational content about the drives that are going. Also, letting you guys know that Hexaware is hiring on campus for the 2023 batch in a lot of colleges. So, if you belong to one of those colleges, and if you're also planning to get into Hexaware or if you want to apply for Hexaware, so this session is going to be very helpful for you guys. So make sure that you are listening very closely. And if you have any doubts, make sure to comment them below in the chat. So, Selena, let's start the session. So, could you please
Okay.
begin with letting us know that was it an on-campus hiring or an off-campus hiring that that you applied to?
It was an off-campus hiring by Hexaware. The recruitment update of Hexaware was from our TMP group.
Okay.
We have gotten a message on our group that Hexaware is hiring for the software engineer trainee role. So
Okay.
that's where I got there.
Okay. So basically, this was an off-campus hiring, but you got to know it through your college group, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. And when did you apply for this drive? Like in which month? Could you please let us know?
I had applied for this drive in November 2021. Near about approximate date was 22 November.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
All right. And once you submitted the form, once you submitted your application, and you must have gotten a confirmation mail from them, right, that your application has been submitted.
Yes, ma'am. Now, I have gotten confirmation mail that you have successfully applied for the drive of Hexaware, and nearly after 1 month, I have gotten mail for assessment from them.
Okay, so it took a month, right? So you
Ye-
applied somewhere in the end of November, and towards the end of December, you must have gotten your test link mail.
Yes, ma'am. Right.
Okay, and when was your assessment conducted?
There were four rounds in selection process. First of all, when
Mm-hmm.
I have applied for the drive, they shortlisted the students on the basis of their eligibility criteria, which was
Okay.
specified by them. So
Mhm.
I had applied from Superset platform as well as the Google form which came on our group. So our TNP has specified that we have to fill both the forms on Superset as well as in the Google form. So on the near about 27th December, I have got the shortlisted candidates list from them on the Superset platform. We have got a mail of assessment which was round one of online aptitude test and tech domain test. On 28th December, I had given my first round exam.
Okay, so your first assessment was on 28th December when you applied in the month of November, right?
Yes, ma'am, right.
Okay, and also letting the users who are watching currently know about the fact that if you are registering for any drive via Superset, you can just go to your profile section and check the application status there. It is already mentioned there, like if the application is submitted, if you have if your assessment is scheduled, if you are batched for the interview, if your interview, what is the status of your interview, everything is updated there on Superset's platform. And we keep getting this query a lot many times on our Instagram handle and on our Telegram groups. So just letting you guys know, as Saleena also did, that she checked her profile and got to know about basically that her status there changed. So you can also check on your Superset profile what is the application status if you have applied for a drive currently, which is via the Superset platform. So, all right. So, how could you also let us know what was the difficulty level of your test, and how did you prepare for it, and if it was easy, while you were giving the test, or did you encounter some difficulty in any of the sections?
During the online assessment for the assessments, I have preparing for my placement from the month of August 2021. So it
Okay.
has helped me, and I specifically want to mention that I had prepared from the Prep Insta Prime free material, which helped me a lot in the all the sections. So on 28th December, I had given my online aptitude test, which was of 45 minutes, and the tech domain test was of 30 minutes. Means overall there are 75 minutes tests on 75 minutes was there for the test of round one. There are 45 questions for aptitude, and 30 questions were for tech domain. Um, so one.
Okay, okay. All right. So, also letting you guys know again that if you want to check out the updated pattern or exam pattern or syllabus for any of the companies, like in this case, you can check out for Hexaware. Everything is already available on prepinsta.com. And, if you want to get started with your preparations, it is already there on prepinstaprime.com. The links to both the websites are in the description below. And exam patterns and everything do change a little, or sometimes they remain constant, or sometimes companies do update them. And we try our best to make sure that you get to know what the latest update is in the market. So make sure that you check out the dashboards for each and every company that you want to apply for on the website. And that will help you in getting to know what to expect in your assessments or what is going to happen. Also, Selena, also, can you let us know which section particularly did you find a little difficult than the others one when you were preparing, like when you were appearing for your assessment?
When I was preparing for the assessment, I had gone through the previous year's question papers from Prep Insta and all. So
Mhm,
I came to know about that quantitative aptitude will be a little bit difficult for the students of
mhm.
previous year. So I had focused on numerical aptitude more. But verbal and logical questions in the assessment were easy to moderate level, but quantitative aptitude was a little bit tough section as per my experience.
All right. And do you think, like your early preparations, as you said that you started preparing in the month of August itself, do you think that was helpful for you? Or maybe if you would have started preparing right towards the end, it wouldn't have been that helpful? Or what do you think about that?
If I had started preparing before 15 to 20 days, it will be difficult for me to crack the first round also. So
Okay.
it was beneficial for me that I had started preparing from August. And the mock exams which are available on the free material of Insta helped me a lot, because I used to watch the YouTube free videos of quantitative aptitude, numerical verbal, and I used to practice on the Insta mock exams. So it has helped me a lot in the maintaining. As per one video in which Achilles was said that you have to keep practicing. When you watch videos, don't just keep watching videos, start
Yeah.
practicing to our mock question papers. So I had used that strategy, which helped me a lot.
That's really good. Also, also again goes out for students who are preparing for Hexaware or any of the companies, whether they are from the 2022 or the 2023, and even the 2024 batch. If you want to, get started with early preparation, it is going to be very, very helpful. Like Salina just explained that, it is not for everyone that 15 or 20 days prior to your exams you start your preparations and, you get it right. That is very difficult, especially if you come down to practicing. If let's say you're not good at aptitude, or if you want to get better at verbal, or let's talk about coding is so hard if you do not get it right, and you need to keep practicing. So please do not rely on last minute preparations. Start your preparations as early as possible. And even now that the placement season has also begun, and it is specifically for the 2023 batch students, you guys, it's kind of late again, but it's not that late that you cannot start your preparation. So make sure that whichever companies you want to apply for, you are watching the videos for it, you are studying, referring to the correct resources for it. As Selena also explained that she watched YouTube videos, referred to the free materials. By the way, we have a lot of free material on prepinsta.com for a lot of companies: TCS, Hexaware, Infosys, Wipro, you name the company and we have it. And post that, she also got to introduce she also introduced herself to Prepinsta Prime, where she found it helpful for herself. You can also check it out. The links are again in the description below. So yeah, Selena, so your assessment was done in the month of December, right?
Yes,
Again,
ma'am.
what happened after that? Like, when did you receive results from the company?
As there was one more test, that is a communication test, which was second round of recruitment process. So on 20th December, I had given my exam. On 29th, I had received the results of test. So I had shortlisted for the next round. Which
Just in
was the
a day,
communication.
right?
Yes, ma'am. Right. And the exam was again on the next day, 30th December. The second round exam was there.
Okay, okay. So you appeared for the examination on 28th, you received the result on 29th, and then again
29th.
on 30th you had another assessment.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and the assessment number two was for?
It was a communication test, which consists of 45 minutes, and 67 questions were there. And there are questions of type, they will display a certain sentence in front of you. You have to
Hmm.
read it within the stipulated time they have given to you. And the moment the time will end, the mic will start to record the sentence which you have read. You have to repeat in front of that mic. So that was the communication. They will try to means test your
Verbal
English
and communication
verbal
skills. Yeah,
communication. So that
yeah,
was one type of questions. Also, listening a certain paragraph or story, they will which they have played from their side. We have to listen it, and the moment it will end, we have to. Yeah, they have allowed us to take notes from that story, which we have
okay,
find important. So they will ask the questions on those paragraph or story. We have to answer those questions.
okay. Also, like, could you let me know, like, if the first round was an elimination round or not, the assessment round?
Yes, ma'am. First round and second round both were elimination rounds.
Okay, okay. So both the rounds, even the communication round was an elimination round, right?
Elimination round. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And after you were done with your test, when did you, receive results for this particular, like the second test?
For the moment I have cleared my communication test, near about within 4 days, I have received the mail regarding shortlisting for the technical interview round, which was their third round of recruitment process.
Okay, so it took 4 days for the second result, right? For the
Yes, ma'am.
result of the second test. Okay, okay. And once both of these tests were done and you qualified for the both of them, what happened? Like, was there another test, or like, when did you receive the next email by the company?
Both the tests happened, and after the 4 days, they have mailed about the interview, which was scheduled on the next day of the mail I have received on the nearly third to fourth, no, third or fourth January of
Hmm.
2022, and on 5th January, I had the technical interview round.
Okay, okay. So next was the technical interview round, which also happened around 5th or 6th January, right?
5th Jan. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. And how did your interview go? What kind of questions were asked? Could you fill us up on that?
Yes, ma'am. The interview round was on 5th January between 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. The interviewer joined near about 11:35. So, and the interviewer, there was only one panelist technical for the technical interview. They had started by asking my introduction. So I had introduced myself. So, at the moment of applying for drive, we have uploaded our resume. So they had our resume in front of them. So they asked the questions from on the basis of our resume. So do not mention anything which is lie, which you cannot prove in front of them. For example, about your internship or projects. So they started asking about, first of all, they asked me about OOPS concept, OOPS concepts, four pillars, etc. So they, I had given the answers for them because I had gone through the OOPS concept Prep Insta Prime PDF, which was uploaded by Atulya sir on LinkedIn, which was very
Okay.
which was very easy
Okay, so you're
definition.
also
You do not
connected
have,
to us on LinkedIn, right?
yes, right.
See, that is the advantage of following us on all social media platforms. You even got the access for a PDF, which I like. I know for sure most of the users would not even know because that was exclusively posted by Atulasa on his LinkedIn, right? So that's a very good thing. I hope that benefited you.
Yes, ma'am. So we do not have to mug up the definitions of OOPS concept. The way they have given the meaning of all the OOPS concept, it helped me a lot in at the interview. Then they had asked me basic to intermediate questions on the languages which I have mentioned in my resume. I had mentioned C++, and Java languages in my resume. So they had asked me the questions on those languages. Then they started to ask questions about my projects, which I had mentioned in the resume. I had mentioned at that moment, I had mentioned in my resume two projects that I had mentioned. One was on C++ and one was on core Java. Uh, mm, they asked me about the C++ project, but they had asked cross checked about my Connect 4 game of which was on Java. So they asked if you have your code of project with you. So I said because I had my code with you, that which was a solo project. So I
Mhm.
had said yes. So the interview asked me to share my screen and show my project in front of them. So I had showed each and every functionality of my game, how it works, what from where I have took the guidance for the projects, etc. So I don't know if I impressed them or not, but I think they somewhat I found somewhat convinced. So they suggested me on the basis of the moment I had completed my project info. They suggested me one thing. You start to learn full stack development. It will if today you will get selected, it will be beneficial for you in the Hexaware company. So they somewhat given the
Okay.
positive note for me.
Okay. So it seems like your interview went really, really well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Also, just to sum up Salina's explanation, basically she explained that first of all, she was asked to introduce herself. She was her resume was right open. Okay, I'm very sorry. It seems like there was a power cut. So again, resuming that. So basically, her resume was open in front of her by the panelist, and all the questions were asked from her resume itself. So it is recommended that you guys please do not put anything in your CV which is not right, or just to impress the interviewer. Please do not include any false information because that is definitely going to backfire if the questions are asked, which is very, which is highly expected that the questions will be from the resume itself, and whichever thing is highlighted in the resume, of course the interviewer is going to focus heavily on that. So if there are any, like, if there is any information in your resume that is not true, please remove that. If you need help with resume preparation, on how to prepare resume for companies, do check out Prep Insta Prime. We have a dedicated course on that to make sure that whichever company you want to go for, you can just apply for it right away, and you have a picture perfect resume for your dream company basically. And then she also explained how the questions were asked around her project, and she was asked to share her screen and demonstrate her project as well. As it could be a possibility that they found the project good and they wanted you to demonstrate it, or cross checking that whether it's actually your project and how much do you actually know about something that you have worked on. So it is very important that A, you do not lie on your resume. B, that you definitely work on projects and you work on your skills and make sure that you have a good resume, a resume and a really good project that you have a complete knowledge of to showcase in front of the interviewer. Let's say you're asked, any random question about your project, you should be thorough with it and you should know what to, reply to it. And again, if you need help with that as well, if you do not know where to start with your projects, or you're just getting started with your placement preparations and you do not really know how to go about projects, what kind of projects should you work on, or if you lack the skill to work on a project, again, feel free to DM our team on Instagram or give us a call on 844-844-0710. You can directly connect with our mentors and get guidance for your placement preparations. So there was your first round of interview where you were also given a hint by the interviewer that you can start learning full stacks if you get selected into Hexaware, which is a very positive response, right? Let's
Yes,
agree on
ma'am.
that, because mostly interviewers are, they are the entire day they are so busy with so many candidates. They have no time to chit chat around. They must have had the intention to actually get you because you might have done really good in your interview, right?
Yes, ma'am. Right.
Okay. So that's good. So, all right. So your this interview was done. It seems like you did a really really fine job at that. What happened?
In the technical interview, I would like to mention that the panelists also asked me to share my screen and open a online C++ compiler available
Okay.
on the Google, and write a code for prime number. First of all, they asked me to write a code of even or odd number,
Mhm.
and I had completed my code within 2-3 minutes. As I had mentioned C++ in my resume, they
Yeah.
asked me to open C++ compiler online.
Mhm.
Then he asked me, the moment I had completed my even odd code, then he asked me to write a code for a prime number, which I had completed. So
Mhm.
that's what they will ask if the interviewer asks to. And there are chances that they will ask you to code
Yeah.
online in front of them. So
Yeah.
that's
So,
right.
that is something that does not come with last minute preparation. You really have to start working on your coding skills, or, whichever language that you're using, you need to have a good command on that. And that comes with practice. And for practice, definitely you need time in hand. So, again, suggesting you guys to start your preparations early because, these kind of skills do not come with last minute preparations. So, yeah, so that was that. After that, like, once your interview was done, what happened next?
Once my interview was done, I had got a mail within 2 days. On the 8th of June, I had got the mail regarding the shortlisting for the HR discussion.
Mhm.
But on 8th of Jan, it does not happen due to some problem from their side. So they reverted back and sent a mail that your interview has been rescheduled, which was HR discussion, and it will be on 10th of January. So my HR discussion was happened on 10th January.
So basically, you had two interview rounds. First was the technical one, and the second one was
Technical
the HR one.
HR.
Okay, okay. And what happened in the HR interview? How long was the interview? The second interview. Could you let us know?
It was near about 8 to 10 minutes. As already PR in the PR interview, everything was asked by the interviewer. The HR
Mhm.
interview does not have lasted for so many time. It was nearly ended near about 8 to 10 minutes. It took.
Okay. And what kind of questions? They must be just general questions, or were there any different questions that you found in the HR round?
In the HR round, where as usual questions, they first of all introduce themselves and they asked me to introduce myself in the HR discussion, and they started with what do you know about Hexaware Technologies, about their company. So it was I had already prepared for that question. In the HR, it is one of the chances of asking about their company.
Mhm.
And second was, are you comfortable with the relocation? They ask me like that because they have training of 6 months in Chennai.
Mhm.
So they asked me for as they have two location preferences at that time. They had given us Chennai and Pune, but the training will happen in Chennai. So they had mentioned like that. So are you
Okay.
comfortable with relocation in the different state? They asked me about this, and then they asked me about the night shifts. Are you okay with the night shifts as a girl? Is it okay for you? Is it okay for
Yeah,
your
yeah.
family? So they had asked me. So I had answered on the positive note about these questions.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So, also again for the users watching, when you are in the HR discussion, it is very important first of all that you, if you do not have any, a serious issue, please be open to relocation, because that will give you a very good opportunity, and that will project you as a versatile candidate who is open to, to fulfill the needs of the company. So unless you have, a serious issue that because of which you cannot actually relocate, it's, as a fresher, it's okay to explore places, explore different offices and job locations. So whenever you're asked that question, and if, if that is comfortable for you, which we would recommend, that, if there's not a big enough reason, please go for it and say that you are open for job locations, and that would be really helpful in getting you really good opportunities. And a very important thing again, that when you're going in for HR interviews, this is a very basic thing. Please know about the company that you're applying to. The let's say it is a short form, please at least learn the full form of the company. When was it founded? What was the, the vision behind establishing that company? About the founders, the basic information about the company, please learn about it before going into the interview, whether it's TR, whether it's HR, because that is the basics. And if you're applying to a company, you should at least know about that, right? So that is a very important thing, and that will, I guess, that must have been all the questions that would have been asked to you in the HR round, right?
Yes, ma'am. And at last, they asked me, "Do you know about the service agreement of Hexaware Technologies?"
Okay.
Yeah. So I had said that in the recruitment process, I had received 2 year service bond, etc. Then still they had explained me in detail about the service agreement. There is a 2 years. We have to sign a service agreement for a period of 2 years before the start of training period, which will be of 6 months. And during 6 months of training period, they will give a stipend of 15,000 per month. And after the completion of training period, which was in Chennai, you will get the near about your preferred location, Chennai or Pune, whichever you have selected. They will ask about that at the end of training program, and we
Okay.
have to sign the 2 year service bond before the start of training. That's
Okay, so there is a bond in this profile, right? It includes a 2-year bond.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. And what was your package for this profile?
At the start of when they sent the recruitment process drive, at that time it was 3.5 LPA. But when I had selected for the role, and after near about 2 to 3 days of selection mail, I have got on nearly um, on January 14, 2022, I had received the mail of selection. But near about 2 to 3 days after the selection mail, they have sent one more mail that your CTC is revised from 3.5 LPA to 4 LPA. So
Okay, okay,
my
okay.
CTC was 4 LPA.
Okay, so your CTC was revised once it was like, confirmed that you are shortlisted for the profile. Your CTC basically got increased from 3.5 to 4 LPA, right?
4 LPA. Yes,
Okay,
right.
okay, that's really good, and that's, I hope the students watching right now can take a note of it, and because this is not, this usually doesn't happen for a lot of companies. So if Hexaware is doing it, it means that it could also be something that you guys can be presented with. So yeah, if you want to go for Hexaware, another plus point for you guys, you might get a raise after you've not even joined the company, you're just shortlisted for it. So, all right. So, that was, I guess, that summed up everything. So, basically, once your HR round was done, what kind of email did you receive from them?
I had received the congratulations that you have selected for this role with the letter of intent attached within that mail,
Okay.
which specified the role and the CPC, the training period, about service bond, each and everything was mentioned in
Okay.
detail in letter of intent of exam, which I had received on the near about January 14, 2022.
So, your entire, selection process from applying to the drive to, getting shortlisted for the role was around 2 months long, right? You applied
Yes, ma'am.
nearly towards the end of the of November 2021, and then by the end of January 2022, you got the offer in your hand.
Yes, ma'am. Right.
Okay, that's a very good news, and congratulations on that. Also, letting you guys know that Saleena is not just shortlisted for Hexaware. She has been, she got placed in 6 to 7 companies, which includes TCS, Infosys, Wipro, and so many more. So please drop congratulations in the chat because we have a really good candidate in front of us, liked by a lot of companies. And also, how did you prepare? Like, just sum up your entire placement preparation for us. How did you prepare, and what did you mostly work upon while you were preparing for placements?
I would like to mention that I am an electronics engineering student. As all the engineering students have C language in their first year syllabus, so I had gained interest in the languages of coding. So I had started preparing from the end of first year because I was in the flow of C language. So I wanted to go for C++ learning. So
Yeah.
I had took a course of C++. At that time, I was unaware about the Prep Insta, so I had completed from somewhere else, which was project-based learning. So after C++, I had gone for core Java training. All the two projects which were on my resume were there from which I had completed courses. So I had started preparing for the from the first year. Whenever there are vacations after first year completion, second year completion. The first year completion, I had gone for C++ course, and after second year, I had gone for core Java. Adjacently, I had academics going on of electronics engineering, but I had took my coding courses online from the platforms. After that, I had came to know about the Prep Insta nearly when and there was a TCS recruitment was going on. So from the July, August, I had 2021, I had started for the placement preparation. From those days, I have started preparing aptitude coding, basic coding, intermediate coding from the free material of Prep Insta. So it had helped me a lot. Many of students will go on various sites and become confused about what to do or what not to do at the time of exam. So it will be don't go on many of sites and get confused. Stay focused on something which you find is helpful, which you are able to understand the language of teaching by them. So
Yeah.
stay focused on that only. Don't be go for any other sites.
That's a very good advice. The importance of structured learning is so underrated because it's very important that you know how to begin your preparations and you know what the correct resources are out there to refer to. Like, in Saleena's case, she trusted Prep and stuff, which we are so happy that you entrusted us with your placement preparations, and you got so many offers in hand. We are so proud of you for that. And also thank you for for choosing us. But that is very important that you are actually able to relate to the material that is presented to you, and you know how to start your preparations. You are being guided on, you have the material in front of you, but that is all over the internet, right? The importance of structured learning is way too much. You need to know what to refer to, what to study, and what not to study is also important. The knowledge of both should be there. And then you should also have someone to guide you on how to start, basically have a roadmap of your preparations. So, if you are also like Saleena and you also want to get placed in Hexaware, TCS, or any of the companies, like letting you guys know again, Saleena got offers from 6 to 7 companies. Hexaware is just one of them. And, please let us know if you want to see Saleena back on the channel. We would love to have her and, explain about any of the other company that she got placed in. But if you are also looking forward for placement preparations, or if there is something that you need help with, or if you have if you have a question, you can right now you can just leave that in the chat. Our team is also active and we would also love to answer it in the live session. But if you want to contact a mentor and get guidance on it, please give us a call on 844-844-0710, or DM us on Instagram. Our team would love to have you and we would be glad to help you out with your placement journey. So, I guess that was it about the entire selection process for Hexaware, right, Serena?
Yes, ma'am. That's all.
Okay. So let's also take up some questions from the chat. So, if you have any questions, please keep dropping them in the chat below. And Selena and I would be glad to answer them for you. And the team is also active in the chat already. So, if you have any questions, please drop them below. We are we are live for a few more minutes, and then we would be concluding the session. All right. So, Niranjan is asking, what is the package of Hexaware? So the package when Saleena was shortlisted was 3.5 LPA, but once she was shortlisted for the role, she got a mail which informed her that her package has been increased from 3.5 to 4 LPA by Hexaware. So Niranjan, if you want, if you are wondering to apply for Hexaware, and if you want to get placed in Hexaware, we hope this serves as a good news for you, that even if you are given a CTC, there is a very good chance that company might recruit you and give you a raise right away. All right, then Harsh is also asking which types of questions being asked in written test. Harsh, Saleena explained it in detail towards the beginning of the session. And don't worry, once this live session ends, this session will be available on YouTube to rewatch. So you can, if you want to share it with friends, if you want to revisit any parts of the live which you missed, or if there is some information that you want to watch again, do not worry. You can always go back and watch the session as many times as you want. It will be available on our YouTube channel, and share it with any of your friends who are preparing for placements currently. So Niranjan is asking for freshers. Yes, Saleena is a 2022 graduate, but her experience also implies on, and is definitely more helpful for the 2023 batch, because hirings have begun for the 2022 batch, but they will end very soon. Whereas 23 batch has a lot of opportunities in front of them. They are just getting started for it. So whether you're from the 22 or you're from the 23 batch or even the 2024 batch, this this session by Saleena would be really really helpful for you. Uh, Vivek is asking, please provide me the link of Hexaware and Goldman Sachs. We will definitely post about it as soon as the hirings are announced. By the way, Goldman Sachs was recently hiring for 2023. So if you are connected to us on our social media handles, especially on our Instagram, you would have already known about it and you would have applied to it. If you're not connected, do not worry. It's still not late. Please connect to us with us on our social media platforms. Again, stressing definitely on our Instagram and our YouTube channel, because we go exclusively live here as well as on our Instagram. And there are a lot of platform specific drives on our WhatsApp groups, on our Telegram groups, on our Instagram channel. So make sure that you are connected to us. The links are being shared in the live chat and they are already in the description. So make sure that you're connected to us at least on 2 to 3 platforms, so that you are not missing out on any details. Also, letting you guys know again, Saleena was able to access an exclusive PDF to practice OOPS question, which was just shared by our founder Atul sir on his LinkedIn. So if you are on LinkedIn, please do not forget to follow Pretinsta and even Atul sir and Manish sir on LinkedIn, so that whenever there is any important or exclusive information, you're not missing out on it and you are able to utilize every resource that we have for you. Again, people are asking about application links. Please do not wait, do not worry about it. We will definitely post as soon as there is an opportunity for you guys. Even if there are on-campus hirings, we post updates about it on our Instagram. The link is again in the chat and the description. Please head over to our Instagram and do not forget to follow. Okay, so Ishani is wishing Saleena congratulations. So Saleena, if
Thank
you
you
want to
so much.
Okay, Nikhil is also, congratulating you in the chat below. We know,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
We are so happy for Selena, and we are so happy to have her here. And okay, Code with Mayank is asking, please share Selena's LinkedIn ID. So, Selena, is there some way that are you there on Telegram, or because that is totally your choice, if you want to share your LinkedIn or not. But we would, be glad to connect you with our community if you are on Telegram or if you are on Discord. Could you let us
Yes,
know?
ma'am. I'm
Okay.
there on Telegram.
Okay, okay. So, please join then, the 2022 batch or the 2023 batch group. You can definitely, I'm pretty sure if Selena is connected to us on so many platforms, she must be on Prevensa's Telegram too. So just come there, say hi, and, we hope you would be able to connect with her. Also, if you have any questions for Selena, still keep dropping them in the chat. She's here. She would love to answer them for you. And is hiring for 2023 started. Prajwal, the placement season has begun definitely, and there are a lot of drives coming in for 2023 batch. We are expecting Hexaware to come up with an off-campus hiring for the 23 batch very soon. So make sure again that you're connected to us, especially on our Instagram handle that is Prepinstar 2023, so you're not missing out on updates. Uh, all right, so you have Jiva asking aptitude topics. Guys, Selena did explain everything in detail towards the beginning of the session. And by the way, the session would be available on our YouTube channel to watch again. So if there are parts that you've missed or if you would like to share it with a friend, please do not worry. Once the live ends, the session will be available to rewatch. Again, Dhanashri is also congratulating you, Selena. It's
Thank you,
so
Manashri.
good to have such good response in the chat, and there are no questions. By the way, it seems like all the questions are done, and we can wrap up the session now. If there are still queries that you need to ask us, you can definitely give us a call on 844-844-0710 or comment once this video is up on the channel. Comment in the chat below and let us know. Our team will still help you out. And thank you so much for watching the session. It was so great having you here on the channel, Selena. We hope had a good time, and we are definitely sure you have helped out a lot of students out there who want to prepare for Hexaware and are wondering about what the entire selection process is.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for inviting me for this wonderful session.
Okay, and we hope to have you back on the channel again. And do let us know if you want to see Selena again for some other company because she has gotten placed into 67 of them. So thank you for joining everyone, and we'll see you again with the session very very soon. And just a heads up, we are coming up with a lot of free material and free sessions for you guys to watch about Hexaware, as well as Hexaware is currently hiring on campus in a lot of colleges for the 2023 batch. So just don't forget to join the channel, subscribe, hit the like button, and watch the videos and the playlist that we have for you. We have also made playlists to ensure that you can just start your preparations company wise. And a lot of videos are coming in on Hexaware, so just gave you guys a heads up on that. And we hope you found the session helpful. Thank you for joining.